Hello everybody, my name is Mike Payton, and for the last 16 years I've been helping the people who own and run entrepreneurial companies run better businesses and live better lives by implementing EOS. And one of the things I've noticed in that journey is that entrepreneurial leadership teams struggle more with one of the 6 key components in the EOS model, the process component. And that's why my co-author Lisa Gonzalez and I wrote the book Process and are very excited to share that content with the world. And so today I'm really eager to give you a glimpse into what we're teaching. It's really a desire to pull together all the tools in EOS that help leadership teams get excited about the process component work and get 80% stronger, better in the process component. And we've illustrated that by pulling everything together into a tool we call the process, which I find hysterical and most other people do not. So apologies for that. Basically, this is the pulling together of 2 EOS tools and a couple bonus tools that really nail this work and help people walk step by step through a 7-step process. Let's start with commit. The first step in this journey to strengthen your process component has to be reversing the anti-process bias or lack of enthusiasm you and your leadership team have about process. And if you're sitting there thinking, that's not me, good for you, you're one of the few entrepreneurs or leaders who is naturally excited about the process component. But the vast majority of us are not. And so the commit step of the process is all about helping you understand why you lack that passion and enthusiasm and sort of counteracting it and getting your minds wrapped around all the really exciting, important work ahead. Once we've got you fully committed and ready to embrace this work, then we walk you through the first EOS tool we're sharing, and that's the 3-step process documenter. And you'll find there are 3 steps in that process. The first is identify your handful of core processes. This is where we help leadership teams systemize the predictable and humanize the exceptional, as Izzy Sharp, the founder of the Four Seasons Hotel Company, used to say. Meaning, we're not trying to systemize every single thing you do in your business. We just identify a handful of core processes that have to be done the right and best way every time and focus our time and energy there. Once we've agreed with your leadership team on a list of your core processes, then we take them one at a time and we do step 2, which is document and simplify each of them. Documenting and simplifying is not about creating a bunch of 50-page SOPs that go into an 800-page SOP manual. It's about, at a high level, illustrating for everybody on your team the 20% of the stuff that is going to get you 80% of the results. The major steps in each process with a handful of bullets that give you the who, what, where, when, and how, and help you train everybody in your organization to adopt a new way of behaving. The third step in the 3-step process documenter is packaging those processes in a way that they're actually easy to find and use. A common problem we see teams struggle with is they package their core processes in a place or using a format or with the kind of tool that is not useful to the people who need to do the work that is being documented. And so we just want to teach you a few techniques for getting better at that and making sure your people are using these documents or tools that you've created. That's the 3-step process documenter. Once you've done that, you move on to the next EOS tool we call the FBA checklist. FBA stands for followed by all. If you do all this hard work, you and your leadership team are working really hard, but if you stop there and this doesn't happen, nothing changes in your organization, and nothing is more frustrating to a leadership team than doing a bunch of work and not getting any return. So 4 pieces to the FBA checklist. First and foremost, once your core processes are documented and simplified, make sure to train everybody who touches even one step in all of your processes. Train in the method or the format that works best for your people. Make it interesting and engaging, participative for your people. and really help them understand why things need to change and what they need to do things right and get desired results. Step 2 is measuring whether or not behavior is changing by looking at 3 things. Measuring first compliance, or are they doing it right? Measuring frequency, are they doing things often enough to get the desired result? And measuring outcomes or results, so you know the process is being followed, it's being done often enough, and you're getting the results you want. Step 3 in the FBA checklist is managing people, so there's real accountability for adopting this new way of thinking and behaving. We call that LMA, leading and managing in a way that drives accountability in your organization. And the 4th part of the FBA checklist is update. And all that means is if you think your job as a leader is to document, simplify your processes and get them followed today, and you're never going to touch this work again, you're just sorely mistaken. We need you to whip out your core processes at least once a year with real ownership for that job, and make sure they're up to date. Make sure if the world has changed or your competition is catching up or your people have changed or there's new technology, you make the changes to your core processes so you're always one step ahead of the competition. And if you'll do that, after doing this work and you remain fully committed to strengthening your process component, amazing things are going to happen. For more information, check out Process at eosworldwide.com.